On today's episode of WatchJRGo, full throttle on this house. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, I know it's loud in here, but we are going full throttle on this house. We have been working away. Of course, this room had no paint yesterday and is now ready for its second coat. Obviously, we had the ceiling done for a little bit, so that room got painted this morning. Eric and I got here at 7 a.m. and we have been working away so we could get ahead of the sheetrock crew who's finishing up their last things before they texture. And we had to get all of these ceilings you're seeing right here painted and this turn down painted for where the LEDs are gonna be hiding out. So obviously that had to look really good. I'm gonna do one more coat on this right now. It had to be fully tucked in because the exterior sheetrock on this will be painted a completely different color and will not be textured. It will be a flat ceiling. So it also has to be finished really well. So that is where we're at today. By the end of the day, we're hoping to have this box mostly built, maybe completely built. That's the ideal goal here, is completely built and wired, and the access panel in and ready for finishing, because hopefully they're spraying texture on Wednesday and by Thursday the sheetrock guys are done and we're painting and the floors are going in. We've already gotten pushed a little bit here. I thought they were gonna be done Wednesday. Probably needed some more of this if I had to guess. And we're just getting there as quickly as we can. Oh, all of this got painted too. So this wall is painted. It's the same color. We used the Lake House Marshmallow from Sherwin-Williams. Big fan of that. We're gonna trim all this out in extra white so the trim still offsets the marshmallow. It will really pop. It'll be outrageously bright. And of course we had to feather in the ceiling here. You can see the color changes. And it's supposed to be gradual because obviously when the rest of that gets textured, we don't want a hard line there. That's the pro tip. If you put hard lines in the ceiling paint, they might be visible down the road. So you kind of want to feather them out as you stop painting. The texture is going to come around and blend back into this, so the paint has to nicely blend that way. So we're going both ways with it, but we're gonna make it all look nice and uniform when it's done. That chair is representative of a toilet that is supposed to be here on Wednesday. It's being shipped in. Obviously, we're still gonna need some floors before it can really go in, but hopefully, maybe later this week, this toilet is rocking and rolling. And you know, we've got a fan and some switches. The fans were special order, and we don't have a status on those yet. Hopefully tomorrow we know where those fans are at, if they're gonna be here in time, and we'll just keep going from there. But before we build this box, we have to build a deck, and it's an inside deck. You guys might be wondering why. Well, it's so the sheetrock guys can texture the ceilings above the staircase. I basically just have to block the whole staircase off. Before we really put this thing together, I wanted to make sure the paint looked pretty good. That's gonna be lit up, so if the sides of that look bad, well, it's gonna look really bad with direct light on it all the time. So I used a roller and made a final pass, and it's got a little bit of texture in it just to kind of clean things up. I think it'll work out really well. And now that we have the ceiling paint on, it's time for the lights and speakers to go in. So right now, while that paint's drying, I might make one more pass. It might be good to have 3 coats on there because we've hit it at least 2 times already. So I'm gonna put the lights in, and I am super pumped to finally see these lights go in. Also, I was just looking at these and I was mind blown. I didn't know we put those in a row. Oh, what a catch!
You saw it?
I think the internet saw it. That was incredible, bro. You're a real
I got lucky.
Got lucky. All right, time to put some lights in this room. and get ready for the real lights in this room, which are actually right here. We're gonna be running these 24 volt COB LED strips. So it should be perfectly even light, no little dots or anything like that. And it's also 24 volt, so we don't have voltage drop across the wire. Lights are in, painting is done. We are ready for all the texture that's going on out here tomorrow, out in the hallway. I'll flip on some lights so you guys can see. The one thing that I do have to do is go through and grab any remaining wires and shove them up into the ceiling. There's just a few lights left in here. Most of them have already been disconnected, but tomorrow, I know it's dark in here. I can't turn on any lights because all the light heads are gone. Tomorrow, this will all be textured, which means the next day, it'll all be painted. And I know every time I say textured, people get in here and complain, but this is knockdown, not popcorn. There's a bunch of different variations of texture. This is knockdown. Knockdown always looks good. And it also makes your ceilings look better if they're not flawless, and they're not gonna be flawless unless you did like level 5 sheetrock work with a skim coat. So, you know, take your pick. Do you wanna spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars finishing your sheetrock? Probably well into the tens, if a full house like this, 20s, or do you want to spend, I don't know, I'll probably have 6,000 in sheetrock work on this house. It sounds pretty reasonable to me. What do you want to do?
I want to patch this whole ceiling in with the scraps in this closet so the sheetrock guy can.
I like your ideas. There is so much here. We could probably do a whole room and he'd love that.
Yeah.
I've heard that their favorite thing to do is just tape.
Yeah, we'll post it on Insta and everyone will be praised for hashtag don't waste sheetrock.
It's the same thing as building a deck out of pallet wood.
Yeah, we're saving the environment.
So we've got our stick out, and then we've got our kicker that's gonna go up. The kickers are all laid out right here, except we're one short. So we're heading back to Lowe's to pick up sheetrock, and then we're gonna finish mounting all of this wood that's laid out here. And the box will become a finished box with a sheetrock face on it. All right, let's go buy some stuff.
It's not really a box, it's more of a road.
More of a what?
It's like a 1-lane road.
We should actually spray paint yellow lines on, but reflective yellow, right down the middle.
It's almost the right width.
Almost the right width. Guys, it's starting to come together. Sorry the battery died as soon as we started putting up the next sheet here, but we got 2 sheets up so far. Obviously the corner will also get sheetrock. It'll wrap up and around, and there's gonna be like corner beads and some kind of custom sheetrock L channel. I don't even know what it is, but Dave said he's got all of that handled, and here in a minute we'll be putting the next sheet up. This one of course gets cut out for the fan, and we have pulling wire through the holes so we can run the wires for the LEDs that sit in the channel. And now if you guys can actually see what's going on, you got that sideways 2x4, the next wood right there that completes the channel, turn up, whatever we're gonna call that, and then the LEDs will be inside that to light the ceiling and that little bitty section of wall, so it'll be super cool and bright in here. We got it hung. It took quite a bit of work, mostly because hanging ceilings is the worst. I don't know if you guys have hung ceilings. Eric and I have done quite a few of them, and I would be happy to never do it again. But now all that's left is the side piece that finishes trimming all this out. There'll be a corner bead on the bottom and then a bunch of finishing. And then once all this is done, we can put our lights in, and we also have to put in this access door.
What happens?
Please do not.
Does the whole thing fall down?
No, it just means we won't be able to get the wires in anymore.
Dang it, I was hoping it was like you pull and the whole house falls apart. Not cooler than it was.
So all that's left is putting in my access panel so that we can access all the wires that are sitting right there. And once that's done, we can put everything together, And these are controlled by a dimmer in the wall. So when you turn on the scene for the room, those lights will come on automatically too. And if you just want a chill setting, well, you can just have the indirect lighting instead of the little square lights. So we're getting closer. Every day we're getting a little bit closer. Tomorrow is the big day though. Tomorrow is all the texture spray. I'm so excited about that. All I have left to do for him is stick a bunch of ballasts, really not ballasts, drivers, LED drivers back up in the ceiling, hide all the wires, and I'll have all that done in the morning. Probably be here at 7 in the morning, and then all day tomorrow we'll be on texture, paint, put this whole thing together. So it is coming together really fast now, but it's taken a long time to get to this point. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. And maybe while he's spraying texture, I can get some more painting done. I'm gonna wear this shirt all week, my Terminator X shirt, because I got paint all over it, and we might as well just finish painting the shirt. Well, Eric's rolling out, guys. It was a night. We're both beat, and it wasn't even that much ceiling.